Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where as promised, here we are breaking over Moho. It feels like we're coming in really fast here. Our periapsis height is currently about 19 kilometers. I'll be keeping an eye on that. We are still in a hyperbolic trajectory here. We're going to be losing our... Well, we're not going to be losing these tanks. We're going to be running out of fuel in these tanks very soon. We're in physics warp right now. We're not actually moving quite this fast. So we need to keep that in mind. But we've got another 800 meters per second to slow down here. So here we are. We are definitely coming in pretty hot. There's no doubt about it. But we're going to miss the planet, and that is exactly what we're angling for. So we can see here that our periapsis height is actually coming up now, and that's absolutely fine. Are we in orbit yet? No, but we will be very, very soon. Okay, beautiful. So we're going to come out of our physics warp relatively shortly here. There, we're in orbit. Beautiful. It's a long burn, of course, so this might not be exactly the target orbit that we're going for. We've got about 20 seconds of burn left to do here, and we did just slow down like 3 kilometers per second, so that's kind of a lot. Although, I'm noticing this number is just holding firm right now. Wait a second. We're draining the fuel here. So we have actually more fuel than the game thought we had? Okay, cool. So, I mean, that's interesting. We should be pulling it from here, correct? I would think so. Well, the game doesn't know how much fuel we have remaining. Okay, I want to check here. Oh, we're on a collision trajectory. Perfect. So we probably want to, fix that. At the apoapsis here, I'm going to raise us up. We've got plenty of fuel, apparently. And I'm going to raise us up to about 15 kilometers. 16 is fine. That'll do. So we're going to head on over to the node here. It's going to be a 14.1 meter per second burn. That is not much of a burn. And if we look in here, we can see we've already got a thrust weight of 2.42. So we should be absolutely fine to do a landing here. That'll be great. And we'll definitely have enough fuel to do a return trip. I am not concerned about fuel at all at this point. When we look at these tanks here, I mean, these tanks are starting to get kind of not super low, right? But we burnt off like a quarter of their fuel. So we don't have, I don't think we have as much fuel as this is saying even. I think the game is very confused about this. Okay, well, we're going to come out of our physics warp here, and we're just going to warp forward to this burn. It's going to be a very, very short burn. 50 seconds, 40, 30, 20, 10, and 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, mark. We'll call that good. Okay. So yeah, we don't actually, I think, have as much fuel left as the game thinks we does. Thinks we do, rather. Now it's saying 42.49. Yeah, so the game is very confused about our fuel levels. We have enough to land. I'm quite certain about that. So we're just going to head on over to, like, here-ish. I want to land dayside. This is Moho, so it might be a little toasty, but I'm sure they'll be okay, right? I'm sure they'll be fine. We're going to... I think we're just going to do a really, really basic landing. We should have the Delta V to do something like this, right? So we would just bring this on in. That's going to be 800 meters per second. So we'll just do something along those lines. Fantastic. So we'll align to that node. We should probably think about extending these legs at some point. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And hopefully we don't have any tipping issues, but I don't think we will. I really don't. So this should be fine. This is going to be, we're in position now. So we're going to get ourselves a nice retrograde burn here shortly. It's going to be about a 1-minute burn, and if we look here, this says that we have 374 seconds of burn. I don't know how accurate this is at this point. Maybe we should be looking at our burn time in KER instead. Let's see, this is showing that we have about 3,000 dV. That feels a bit more accurate compared to the 5,000 and the 4,000 here. So I think we'll go by KER's dV here. I think it's a little bit more correct. And we'll commence this burn now. Cool. So in we come here, and we can just move our flight engineer over to be about here. There we go. And we're just keeping an eye on our countdown here. So this is going to currently be about a 750 meter per second landing burn. Sounds good. So we're just bringing this right on in here is the goal. We're just going to kill our horizontal speed here. And in fact, we should really just be at horizontal velocity minus. I don't even really care about this maneuver. We just want to hit 0 horizontal speed, right? So that is indeed exactly what we're working towards. And yeah, that's coming down nicely. So this countdown here is coming down at not quite what... Actually, it's going up. It's going up. Cool. That's actually exactly what we want to see. So we're just killing off our horizontal speed. This seems like a reasonable-ish place to come down. What could possibly go wrong? I'm sure it's fine. About 380 meters per second here. I'm just going to physics warp us a bit here. 300 meters per second. This is interesting. 42 seconds on that. Sure. We might want to consider switching over to surface velocity minus at this point. Which is exactly what I'm going to do. We turn slowly, right? We turn very, very slowly. Keep an eye on this delta V here. This is saying about 4.5 minutes of burn time. That does seem to about track with what I'm seeing in terms of fuel levels here. So that seems relatively fine. Our horizontal speed is almost nil, but it's not quite nil. Okay, I'm cutting our engines here, and we're just going to continue to turn over towards the surface velocity minus marker. Keeping an eye on this countdown here. Is gimbaling on? Yes, gimbaling is on. Just wanted to double check that. Okay. So we've got about 20 seconds here. As usual, I'm going to do this a little early, and we're going to burn this at about 5 seconds, I think. Something like that. I don't ever fully trust this number. So we're going to bring this on down. 8 seconds. 7. 6. I'm going to go 3. Now. Okay, commencing our landing burn. And we're just going to coast here until this number is substantially higher. Like 10 or 15 seconds. We can see it's going up, and that is exactly what we want. So we're slowing down nicely. We're at about 120 meters per second, 6 kilometers up. We're only at about 5 seconds away on this suicide burn here, so this is looking decent. Although I don't necessarily love where we're coming down, but that's normally the case. We'll see how this is. Okay, we're at 15 seconds now, so let's coast a bit. Looking at the bullseye here, this looks like it might be reasonably-ish flat, which would be nice. We're going to recommence our burn now, once again 3 seconds away. And pretty soon we're going to stop relying on this and start just eyeballing it, but we're not quite to that point yet, I don't think. Okay, let's coast again. This is not the most efficient way to land, but we should have enough delta... Oh, we've got so much. We've got so much delta V right now. We've still got 1,700. Okay, I'm going to take this down to 1 second this time. There we go. And this is our final burn with KER. So let's just bring this on down here, and we'll keep an eye on our speed. I just want to... What is our actual height here? Okay. Noted. We're just continuing to gently slow down here. We're 300 meters up at this moment. Slowing down a little bit faster. At this point, I'm going to put us on up. Okay. We're moving at about 7 meters per second, 160 meters up. Coasting a little bit here, and we're going to continue to decelerate. We're now 100 meters up. I'm just going to start eyeballing it from here. How flat is this area? Somewhat is the answer. The area is somewhat flat. Okay, we'll just continue to slow on down. 2 meters per second. 1 meter per second. And we've landed. Now the question is, how stable are we? Well, we're going to be sliding. We could probably retract our landing legs and be less prone to sliding. Probably. Let's give it a go. I'm going to do this one, then this one, then this one, then this one. Oh, yeah. That's so much better. Okay, so first things first, we're going to deploy our drills. There we go. We're going to deploy this radiator. I don't know how effective the radiator is really going to be here. We're going to deploy each of these radiators. Surprisingly, we actually reached the ground here without having to extend it all. We wouldn't if we hadn't have dropped off of the legs, though. I'm still going to extend us down a bit, I think. Just to be about... Ooh, I don't want to be pushing us off the ground here. Just park it about here. Okay. There we go. And we are going to start the surface harvester. The real question is, are we going to be okay on our core temperatures? Well, let's just go around and start our harvesters, and we'll find out. The answer is... we don't know yet. Okay. Well, let's just start doing liquid fuel. We don't want to do liquid fuel and oxidizer. But there we go. We'll get that heating up. Still at about 300 Kelvin over here. Okay. Well, we've got a lot of science that we can grab here. No doubt about that. And the question is, well, I'm just thinking right now about where our cargo storage unit is. We can probably stand here and hand these down, right? That would be the idea. And this is, I think, way more than we actually need to land. We'll bring some of these back and recover them, I'm sure. So I think for now what we're going to do is we're going to have Stainy EVA. Okay, and then we're just going to drop here. Stainy. Okay, Stainy just decided to drop the whole way and didn't activate RCS at all. She lives on the edge. Okay, cool. So Stainy's going to go park over here. I wonder, can we actually reach up to there, though? We might have to have a third Kerbal on here. We can beat gravity with RCS, right? Yes, just barely. Okay. So we'll just park here. I don't want to waste our RCS. Stainy is apparently going to need a lot of it to get back in. And we're going to then have Valentina EVA on out. And Valentina, I hope that you don't do the same thing Stainy did. Okay, Valentina is being much more safe about this. Cool. So Valentina's just going to park here. And I actually wouldn't mind extending this ladder. We probably should do that. Yeah, let's extend that ladder there, just to be on the safe side there. Okay, ladder doesn't quite reach, but it's fine. So now I want to get Luke out, and Luke is going to need to stand here. Okay, so out comes Luke. Luke is going to ditch the parachute here. You okay, Luke? Luke is not okay. Okay. Luke just decided to do whatever that was instead of turning RCS on. Cool. Thanks, Luke. And we are just going to hop up here. And I think we can pass the parts like so now. I hope. If not, what's the plan? Just toss them down and catch them? That could be interesting. I don't know. Let's hop over to Valentina here. Get up there, Valentina. There you go. Okay, that did not go well. Well done, Valentina. Well, she broke that radiator, so we might have some problems with this drill, but I'm sure it's fine. So Valentina did not do what I wanted her to do there, that's for sure. So climb up here and grab on. Now, can you reach this guy? No. This is going to be real interesting. Okay, I don't know how exactly we're going to do this. Well, we can move this ladder. And we might be able to do it via some ladder manipulation. Okay, so we're going to drop down here. Valentina, are you... Can you not? I wish they'd stop banging their head and just ragdolling to the ground. I just want you to turn on your RCS. Okay? There we go. So we're just going to park here for now. Luke is going to climb back up. RCS on, please, Luke. Okay. Sure. I guess Luke is down here now, too. Well, this is awkward. This is very, very, very awkward. So, what we need right now is we need to grab Staney. How are we with EVA prop? We've got lots. Okay. So, RCS on. Jump. And up we go. Grab on here. And at this point, I want to move this ladder, which could be very interesting considering we're currently attached to it. I don't think the game will let us do that, right? Yeah, operation in progress. So we might have to jump. RCS on, please. Okay. Staney, you are not very good at this. None of the Kerbals are very good at this. Okay. We maybe should have brought more ladders for the ladder challenged. Come on. Get up there. There you go. Okay, Staney. Can you reach up to here? Why, yes, you can. Fantastic. Then you can do that. And from here, I want you to jump up. Not like that. Okay, that didn't go well. Can you not do that, Staney? Thanks. Okay, we want to go back in and refresh the monoprop is what I want to do here. Because Staney has used a fair amount of monoprop at this point. I mean, not a ton of monoprop, but certainly some monoprop. So we're just jumping up here. There we go. And we're going to hop in here. I'd also love to drop off this parachute somewhere, but I don't... Actually, no, we can drop off the parachute here. Okay, hop in. Refresh your monoprop. There you go. EVA back out. Let go. And bounce your way down to the ground, I guess. Sure. Very awkward. So at this point, the question is, can we get this deployed at all? I don't know. It might actually be too high located. I didn't actually expect that, but who knows? So I'm going to put Valentina up on the bottom of this ladder. From here, she can grab this. Okay. Now, the next question is, how do we get it from here down? Without use of the RCS pack. Because we might not have access to the RCS pack doing that. So, what we need to do now is swap over to Luke, who is going to jump up and try to park on top of the mining equipment. Like this. Obviously, he can get there from here, but we can't reach all the way down, right? So that now the question is, if Valentina climbs a little further down, can we reach? Yes, we can reach. Okay, now the final question is, if we're on Staney, can we reach Luke? Yes, we can. Beautiful. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to reach up here. This is a kind of insane chain, but we're going to reach up here and we're going to put this in here, and we're going to swap that like so. Okay. So now we need to go down to Staney, and we need to swap these. Then Staney can go and deposit this. Cool. So that's going to be kind of a lot. It's a whole process. We, at this point, need Valentina. There we go. So next up, Valentina is going to give us another one of these. We should only need, I believe, 6 total. So that should be fine. I see Luke drifting off here, and he's actually out of range now. Luke, can you just stay still, please? Get back up there. There you go. Yeah, stay there. Okay, so we're going to grab one of these guys. We're going to put the other EVA pack here. Now we need to go down to Staney. And we put this on the ground. Beautiful. Keep in mind we are refueling while we're doing this. So that's all great. Okay. So we need a bunch more of these, right? No doubt about that. We need a grand total of... I wish we could put both of them in here. That's sad that we can't. But we need a grand total of 6 of these. So this is half here. There we go. Now we'll hop back over this direction. And yeah, it wants to select those. I want to select Valentina here. Then we will continue to pass these on down. Oh, Luke has slid. Luke, I really need you to not slide like that, buddy. There you go. Just get up there and stay up there. Cool. So now we're going to pass this one down. There we go. And over goes Staney. We're going to continue to deposit these, and then we'll just do our science equipment, and that'll be good. We're going to be refueling for a good long time, so I'm not too concerned about how long we're spending here, right? The main question is Luke going to fall? And hopefully the answer to that is no. That would be very problematic if Luke fell off of this thing. Okay, so this is what, number 5? Yeah, this is number 5. So we'll deposit that there. We need one more. Cool. Let's head up to Valentina, and we'll grab this last one here. There we go. And we will place that on the ground. Phenomenal. Cool. So there's all of that done. Now we need our science equipment. I see that Luke fell again. Get back up there, Luke. There you go. Maybe we should turn off this mining drill. That might be wise at this point. The rest of them can keep going. But if we turn it off, then it shouldn't, in theory, move like that. Hopefully. And hopefully Luke will stay on there. Okay. So next up, we're going to do a weather control station. Not like that is, you know, useful in any meaningful way. Come on, Staney. There we go. Okay. Is that experiment control station? Yeah, that's the science control unit. That's actually good. We do want that. I think we have a weather control station in here, though, and that's not actually going to be useful, functionally. So let's hop up to Valentina again. We're going to grab... This is the weather control unit. Okay, pass that down to Luke, who, of course, passes it down to Staney. There we go. And we will deposit this guy right here. Not like it does anything on this particular world. There's no atmosphere. So it's not going to be, you know, useful at all. We'll hop up to Valentina once more. And we'll grab an ionographer. And Luke is falling. Come here, Luke. No, don't fall, Luke. Okay, I'm going to quick save here. Oh, we can't quick save because Valentina's on the ladder. Right. Awkward. Okay, that was Valentina there. So we're going to pass on down the ionographer. There you go, Luke. And we're, of course, heading to Staney, and we're going to grab the ionographer here. There we go. We'll set that up over this direction. Beautiful. What other parts do we need? Well, we need a couple, for sure. So Valentina, let's hand on down a seismometer. Yep, that'll do. Staney will grab the seismometer. There we go. And we'll deploy this guy as well. Beautiful. I wonder if we could trigger science data from that, from just opening and closing these legs. That'd be funny. Regardless, I don't think we'll try it. Valentina is going to pass down the Guab ED containment unit. And we'll continue to pass that down to Staney. There we go. We'll deploy that one. We're almost done with these surface deployments. Almost done. So next up, we are, of course, going to hop over to Valentina and pass down the Communitron. And that is the final component here. Everything else here is a duplicate. So that is magnificent. We'll get the Communitron set up. But before we do, I want Valentina to pass down both of these. We can't pass down both? Okay, sad. We'll pass down one for now, so that Luke at least has his, in case he falls. So then we're going to put Staney over here, setting up the Communitron. That's all good to go. So there's our deployed science outpost ready, and Staney's now going to grab this jetpack. Beautiful. Valentina will then pass down the remaining EVA pack, and there we go. That should be basically everything. So at this point, what do we need to do? Well, we need to set up a flag still. We may as well do that. I'm going to have Staney do that. Staney has the least amount of XP and is already on the ground, so that's quasi-convenient. We'll plant a flag here. And that is, of course, Staney saying it's... Oh, caps lock is on. It's a Mite Toasty. It is a Mite Toasty here. And you need an exclamation mark there. Staney is very exuberant. Perfect. So now we can start getting back in, and we'll do exactly that. So let's get into position to get our big jump, RCS on. That was an awkward direction to jump in there, Staney, but okay. And let's make our way right on in. Got to overcome the gravity here. There we go. We can barely overcome it. And we're going to hop in. So in you go, Staney. Next up is, of course, going to be Luke. And Luke is going to grab an EVA report and a surface sample. There we go. RCS on. And jump. And up we go. Cool. Grab a board. And we'll climb on. We don't have an experiment storage unit, do we? We do not. Okay, so we can't actually have duplicates other than some of them. So we'll have Valentina let go, RCS on, and actually let's just land here. And then we'll jump. I hope. You know what? We're just going to go down to the ground. I think it's honestly easier. We're less likely to hit our head. Okay, autosave occurred because we no longer have a Kerbal on a ladder, which is fine. And we're just going to head on up. And in we go. Beautiful. So we'll grab all of this science here. We can reset our materials study and our... Where is that? Our mystery goo. That would be in here. Yeah, we can do that. We'll have Luke EVA. And we're going to collect this data and restore. And then we're going to conduct the materials study. There we go. And that data will get stored there. We can only store it twice, but that's fine. So we're going to climb down over here. I'm hoping to be able to reach the mystery goo. Apparently we cannot. So we're going to just park over here. Can we reach the mystery goo from here? The answer is no. Okay. We're going to go up. And we're going to park up here. We may have to retract this Gigantor, and I think that that's probably the best bet here. Otherwise, Luke would probably break it, which I would rather not do. Trying to get that mystery goo. Oh, I would think we're close enough here. I would really think we're close enough. We could actually just get into the bay like this. Okay, collect the data, restore. Observe. And now we'll make our way out of here. We're keeping that experiment. We're going to close the service bay. We're going to grab back on over here. Re-extend the Gigantor. And we board. Okay, that's all of the data that we can collect at this point. Now the question is, how are we doing on our fuel? Well, it looks like we've got a ways to go on that front. We should definitely redeploy this drill. How are we doing on our heat efficiency? Heat efficiency looks good. Is it good over here as well? Well, we're still moving. Okay, start the surface harvester, and yeah, we're good. Okay, so we are restoring our fuel. We'll have to warp for that, but that's absolutely fine. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, when we come back, we will be refueled and ready to go. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kintogan, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.